the three reasons why I think the 49ers lost. Number one, not making the adjustments on offense that they needed to. Number two, blitzing Patrick Mahomes when it's crunch time. If you've been watching Patrick Mahomes, if you understand what he does on the field, you know that this is the man that you don't want to blitz when it's crunch time. In a 2-minute drill, you don't blitz this man. He is going to find somebody open. He's going to pick up big yardage. So your best bet, and what I would do, as far as from what I've seen over these years, is when you've got Mahomes trying to drive down the field 90 yards, 80 or 90 yards, 80 yards, whatever it is. If you're trying to have him drive down the field and he's at, let's say, the 30 hash mark or the 35, right around there, right 15, 20 yards before that 50, you don't blitz. Whatever you do, you don't blitz. If you want to play zone, fine, play zone. If you want to give up stuff on the on the middle, fine, give that up. If you want to play man, okay, cool. If you got the superstars to do it, fine, you play man. But when you start blitzing Mahomes, it leaves other people basically open, because when they run these crossing routes, it's very difficult to stop those guys from gaining momentum. And when they do it, they're not just getting the first down. They're getting 15 yards. They're getting 20 yards, and that's just the reality of it. But when you don't blitz Mahomes between that 35 and the 50, and you sit back there, you make him think too much, this is something that maybe I just see, or some people see it, but when you make Mahomes think too much, that's when the mistakes happen. That's when you have a better chance, because the man is sharp. The man is amazing. You cannot discredit Patrick Mahomes. Right now, he is the greatest quarterback in the league, and that's just the reality of it. So when you decide to blitz him, it automatically clicks in his head, desperation mode. Let me get this pass to this receiver on the money, on the dot, first down. And it's going to happen. And, to see the 49ers defense go out like that, it really sucked, because they played great. They did great in the beginning. And, to have the 49ers defense get to that point where they're like, oh, just blitz him, just blitz him. You weren't doing that. Now, granted, there was a couple times you did, but at this point of the game, your guys are tired. So if they can't break through that line, well, guess what? He's going to find the open man and obviously pick up that yardage, because everybody's trying to blitz. So that was number two. And then number three, my number three reason of why the 49ers lost, which, to be honest, I think this is probably the most significant. In overtime, you decided it could go both ways, but in overtime, you decided to receive instead of kicking, instead of giving them the ball. And then also you decided to kick the field goal instead of going for the touchdown. Now, you guys know I always say kick the damn ball, right? But you had already went for it on 4th and 3. So what's the difference between a 4th and 4 and a 4th and 3? A damn yard. You're already down there at about, what, they're 10, they're 15, whatever it is. Okay, you don't get the first down, fine. Turnover on downs, they get the ball, but then they still have to drive all the way down the field. But at least you didn't just say, all right, we're going to kick the field goal and let this man who we know can drive down the field and score. At least if you gave, Ayuk a shot, if you gave McCaffrey a shot to get that first down in overtime, to get the potential touchdown, you not only can run the clock out, right? You can keep running that clock, you can keep going, and then you can score, hopefully the touchdown. And if not, guess what? You've taken so much time on the clock that if you have to kick that field goal, it's now more pressure on Mahomes with, a 30, 40-second clock to go down, such a long field. But those are my three reasons why I think, the 49ers truly lost, and it's really unfortunate. I will say this, though, and this is a huge step before I get into the chat with you guys. This is the third Super Bowl that the 49ers have lost in a row. The third Super Bowl. And you know what's crazy is I heard some of the analysts calling the 49ers now the Buffalo Bills of the NFC.